Today I'm going to talk to you guys about like the second part of the infantry basic training. So if you're not interested, click away. I'll have a new video up in a few days that might interest you more. But if you're interested, let's get started. Last time I think I ended with red phase. So I'm going to pick up with white phase. And white phase is usually, well, I guess it depends on your drill sergeant. So red phase is usually 1 to 2 weeks, sometimes 3. If you're really unlucky, sometimes 4. It all depends on how you guys are doing as a platoon, and then your drill sergeants will decide what to do from there. So now we're going to talk about white phase, and white phase is, in my experience, it was weeks 3 to 6, sometimes it's week 4 to 6. Yeah, it's just dependent on the cycle that you're in for basic training. So white phase is a little bit better. That's when you will get your own platoon sergeant. That's the guy who's in charge of your platoon. So there isn't a drill sergeant around constantly 24/7 on you guys. You will have a platoon sergeant who is in charge of you guys, and it's his responsibility to make sure that you guys are squared away, to make sure you're doing the right things, to make sure that you don't get smoked as much, because the drill sergeant will go directly to him and tell him exactly what you guys need to do, when you need to do it, and where you're supposed to be at what time. And so that takes an aspect of the drill sergeants being on you guys 24/7 away, which is kind of nice. So if you guys do get in trouble, a lot of the time, if it's because of the platoon sergeant messing up, just the platoon sergeant will get in trouble, not the whole platoon. Now, it depends on the drill sergeant. Some drill sergeants are different than others, so he may still punish the entire platoon. Again, completely dependent on that specific drill sergeant. But you guys do a lot of cool things during white phase. Like I said, you get to be in charge of yourselves, which is kind of cool. But you also go through a lot of things, such as this is when you'll do land navigation. You'll do hand grenades. Sorry, I have a list of everything I wrote down. You're going to do a lot of shooting. This is like the main part of where you jump into handling your M4 as infantry. You'll do your M4. I think you'll do the 249 and the 240 during this phase. You'll do some patrol base operations. That's kind of just setting up like a fighting position when you guys are on a patrol. So that's kind of cool. So funny story, when we got done with white phase and we were going to blue phase, we all went to the PX, we all got a Gatorade or a Powerade, we all got our candy bar, and then usually what we did after we were done with the PX is we all went outside and we stood in formation. We waited for our drill sergeants to come out with the last group of people that were still inside of the PX. Now the reason we did this is because the drill sergeants wanted to check the bags that we got to make sure we didn't have any contraband. And most of the time the contraband would have been the Powerade, the Gatorade, chewing tobacco, cigarettes, things like that, because you are allowed to buy them. It's not the employee's job to say no, but it's the drill sergeant's job to say you can't have it, take it from you, this or that. So we're all super excited because we all have a Gatorade, we all have a Snickers bar, whatever kind of candy bar, and we're just waiting. We're waiting with so much anticipation to eat this because it's the first time we've had anything like this in about 2 months at this point. So we're all standing there, we're all excited. It's been like 20-30 minutes. We're getting anxious. We're ready for the drill sergeants to come out and check our bags so we can eat this and we can go back, because it's like 100 degrees. It's the middle of July. Anyway, so we're all standing there. Drill sergeants come out, so we're like, all right, cool. They're gonna check our bags, we're gonna be good to go, and then we will go back to the barracks and we'll be able to eat this. Well, apparently, Private Joe, I'm not going to say his name, but Private Joe took it upon himself to go to the PX not once, not twice, but 3 times. And each time he bought a Snickers, a Powerade, he ate them real quick, went right back into the store, did the same thing, came out, ate it real quick, went back in, then got another one. And he wouldn't have gotten caught had he not gone to the same register 3 times, and the lady behind the register knew that we were in basic training, knew what our privileges were, and she told one of the drill sergeants. So this great day turned into an absolute nightmare for the entire company, for all 200 of us. So when the drill sergeant found this out, he decided that he wasn't going to make us throw away our Powerades or Gatorades in our candy bar. He decided that we had 30 seconds to eat and drink the items, and then after that he was going to smoke us, to make us exercise for about an hour straight. And I would be lying if I told you that nobody threw up, because I'm pretty sure about 90% of our company threw up that Snickers bar and that Powerade, and we just hated life. Okay, so Blue Phase is really cool. Blue Phase is where you have a lot more freedom, like I said. You're going to be doing a lot more things. You're going to be on the ranges a lot, and when you're on the range shooting weapons, doing things like that, the drill sergeants really don't mess with you, because they don't want you, one, tired physically or mentally, and they kind of don't want you worried about being smoked and getting in trouble, because they want you to be safe with the weapons. Now, I'm not sure if this is because they're scared that a private's just going to go off and kill them, or that's just how they do things. I'm not really sure, couldn't tell you, but the ranges are usually the best times of the day during Blue Phase. So a few things you're going to be able to do is you're gonna shoot an AT4. Not everybody will get to shoot a live round. I think they picked 2 people out of our company to shoot a live round. They're able to shoot blanks and they're tracer rounds, so you see where it lands. It's pretty cool, but the live one's pretty awesome even if you don't get to shoot it. At this time you're going to shoot a Mark 19, and then you're going to get familiarized with a bunch of different weapon systems. You don't get to shoot them all, but you will learn about them. Things such as the M68, the PAC-4. Those are just some weapons that you were going to learn. Also in this phase, you are going to do land navigation again, but it's going to be at night. You're also going to get to do convoy operations, and convoy operations are the things that you do in the Humvees. So you're going to mount up in Humvees with your weapons, full gear and everything, and that's when you're going to get out, you're going to hop out, you're going to do a mission. Okay, so things like that are pretty cool. You're also going to do hand grenade training, movement under direct fire. I can't remember exactly what this is called, but the way that we did it, it's actually kind of cool. It's terrifying when you're told about it. So it's pretty much, you have like these 4 towers, okay? And in front of the towers, you have about 300 yards of barbed wire. I think it's like 2.5 feet, 3 feet high. And in all those towers, you have machine guns shooting rounds, and it's nighttime, and I think like every 3rd round is a tracer round. So when you have machine guns going off, you just see constant. And you have to low crawl underneath this barbed wire while these guns are going over top of you. Now, there's not a chance that these are going to hit you at all. There's not a chance that these bullets could ever hit you. The machine guns are mounted in a locked position. They cannot be moved, and you have instructors who are shooting the weapons. Guys who've been in the military for 10, 15, 20 years. So I know what they're doing. But anyway, so you walk down the side into like this trench, like this World War II trench, and then you step onto this bench, and then you have to like get up like really slow, get on all fours, put your head down in the dirt, and you just drag, and you drag, and you drag. And the whole time, you're just terrified that you're gonna get shot. Even though there's not a chance, you're just terrified you're gonna get shot. But once you're done with that, it's one of the coolest experiences ever. Unless one of your guys in your company, like us, lost his weapon, sorry. I guess while he was crawling through, he got too scared and he literally just dropped his weapon and left it behind. So after because it takes about 20 minutes to crawl through, then it's exhausting. So once the entire company was done, we're getting ready, we're doing all of our checks to make sure that everybody has everything they're supposed to have, right? And then this guy raises his hand and says, "Drill Sergeant, I don't know where my weapon is." And that just led to the worst night ever. I mean, you had 50% of the company getting smoked, and you had 50% of the company looking. and about every 5 minutes, drill sergeants would scream switch. And you're about 200 yards away from where you were supposed to look for the weapon compared to where you're getting smoked. So we were going back and forth. It took us 3 minutes to find the weapon. It took us an hour and a half to stop exercising. But that's all I got for this one, guys. That's just a little taste of what white and blue phase have in store. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you're going to basic training, let me know down in the comments, and I'll try to help you guys out. The next video will be black and gold phase, and those are like the last phases of basic training for infantry school. And then I will talk about graduation and all that good stuff. But that's all I have for now, so I'll see you guys in the next one.